I'd like to welcome everybody back to segment 2 of the Horizon to TEO video tutorial series on basic navigation. Next we're going to look at some general things behind alerts and the whole operations tab. This is a component you really don't have in Horizon. The operation tab gives you the ability to view things that have already gone on in TEO. Processes already have run. As you can see here, I'm looking at this activities view in view all, and I can view these processes and I can see all the activities that have run, and I can get information on them. I can right click and then choose properties, and I can look at it's a run of SM66. I can see the results of the run, etc. This is a very nice tool for debugging and seeing what's going on. You can, if something has failed, you could see which particular step failed. You see the same thing in a process view. However, in process view, as you can see, I can actually sort this list based on the particular process, where in the activity view I was unable to do that. The process sort wasn't there. One thing I will note is that these all have persistence, what's called persistence enabled. If you go into a process and you look, and you right click and you look at edit, and you look at the options tab, you will see this archive completed instances. This is basically persistence being on or off. If it's checked, it's on. If it's unchecked, it's off. Basically what happens is if it's unchecked, once this process is done running, all we keep is the process state. We don't keep any of the activity information. So if you're having some problem with something, particularly in this, it's not bad to enable persistence if it's not, just so you can kind of follow and see what's going on. We don't recommend doing it on a ton of processes, because then it's just adding database input to database, and it can cause some system lag. But for most of our SAP incident analysis type stuff, basically what is old Horizon, persistence is disabled. The administrator checklist has it enabled, so you can see that, but most of the other stuff does not, just to decrease the overhead of database throughput. So again, you can filter this stuff by category, by description, name, state, executor. You can also do filters here based on time up here at the top. If you need to view something in the past more than just current, you probably would want to use the search work or search task these buttons. This is more of a fill in your parameters and hit search, whereas these will refresh whenever you change something. So this is more of a debugging active view almost, and this is more of a search the past type view. The next thing you have is you have your incident or your task view. This basically replaces the alerts from Correlex type view, but it's actually in the Master UI in the product. You can see here that I've got an alert and an incident and approval request that have all been run through. You can view user tasks, which are approval requests and guided operations and such like that. Anything that requires user input will be under here. Incidents will be under here. I need to pull up that one I was looking at. Oh, oops. Okay, so here's just an incident, and then if you want to look at alerts, then you would look at the alerts. Again, we said that you have multiple alerts, could have multiple alerts per one incident. So this can get really long, versus this incident would not be as long. So I tend to say send emails only on incidents, and if you're going to use this product as if you're using Horizon, like send email. If you're using it through SCOM, it may be a different story. But if you're just using it just with this product, you don't, unless you just want to flood somebody's inbox with alerts. I would recommend sending on incidents only. From this, you can view them, you can set their status, you can delete them, you can look at their properties. This is from this Master UI, this thing client, which on a comment is remote. So it's nice because you can connect, you can be a file, you can connect to any server or recent servers, or you can click this little plug button. So you can, through one Master UI, and this can be installed on your desktop, Windows XP or higher, as long as you meet that criteria, you'll be fine. And you can view your dev, your QE, and your production system. You can only connect to one at a time, but you can go and cycle through each one and look at each one individually through this remote UI. You also have our standard kind of just standard functionality up here. Nothing really. I even use this much. In all honesty, this toolbar up here, but it is there for your perusal. And then if we look at, if we want to go, let's say, look at any one of these, or we could pull up. I'll pull up on this approval request which I already had. This is a starting display of the web console, which is a toned down version of the master UI, and here you can view an automation summary, and here's an automation summary that's nicely displayed in the web for you. If you want to see more on this particular SM66 demo, check out the PID Watcher video that's got a demo of this set of processes, a nice display of SAP monitoring and correction. So if we want to go, let's go back to the actual. Let's go back to the product, and here we can view all this stuff. And worried about getting emails. Well, let me bring my email in here, and we can see that sure enough, I've gotten these 3 emails from running this demo. And one is I got this incident analysis email saying, hey, there's an issue, and then we've got an approval request email that's saying, would you like to do something? And then I sent a last updated email that says, what's been successfully done. What's really nice with the approval request is in this demo you only had to really have access to this email, and that was it. There really was nothing more for you to do. Excuse me. So if we do go over back into here, we can kind of take a look, and you can kind of see. I kind of compare the web console, in this case to TEO, the master UI. Here you can view all your tasks. You can view tasks assigned to you or tasks assigned to you in a group only. If we look at, in this case, if we look at no filter, we can see that I've got a bunch of tasks out here, a bunch of alerts, a bunch of incidents, etc. And in the web console, you can view the same thing under the My Tasks page. It's kind of the default page, and you can, view. You can go through and take corrective actions, and you can click on details, and you can view what's going on in your system, have errors and whatnot. You can run processes ad hoc, and you can see processes that have been started. You cannot do any kind of process authoring through this, but this you don't have to have access to TEO to do. All you have to do is have a good AD account, and so a user can get it here. So if you only need a user to really be approving things or viewing incidents and such, and not actually doing process authoring, this is a really good way to give them access to TEO. If they need to do process authoring, they're going to have access to the master UI. We can set here, if I've got this background processing editor, I can go here and I can right click and I can set status, and I can do a close, and then I can close out that, and I can close out this one as well, set status closed. And you see that, excuse me, it was closing it already, because when you close an incident, if the alert's tied to it, it'll normally close. But you can see they're all slashed through. What's really nice also is the ability to look at duplicate alerts. In instance you don't want to get a bunch of emails for this. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 background processing errors. Well, I've already raised an original incident and original alert and incident, so all these after it here are all duplicates, so they automatically get canceled out. And as far as general navigation and the general layout of the task view, that's pretty much all we had for this demonstration. If you need more information, please consult your documentation that came with the product, or you can find us on the web at www.cisco.com. Thanks, and thanks for watching, and have a great day.